There we go. Turn that down. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm kind of trying to test one thing for my show tomorrow, and I don't know if it's working. So if any of you are on Twitter and can jump onto a Twitter space that I'm holding with this show on it, just want to make sure it's working. Looks like the music's going, but I don't see my voice on there. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. We got one day left. And we got a whole bunch of people who are going to join us tomorrow in theory. But even if they don't, turn yourself up. How about I just turn the music down? It might be due to the fact that I have this other thing going here. And that's why I'm testing this today. I'm quiet. Yeah, this thing's going, it's going into a bunch of different places. So I'm trying to make sure I get these levels right. Let me take this, let me try something here. Oh, there's part of it. There we go. Is that better? Haha. We're getting this thing working. That should be a lot better. Okay, so anyway, we're getting ready for the 1,000th show tomorrow. So today I'm just going to kind of go through a few news items and we're going to talk, I'm going to talk to you guys because you guys are my regulars. And in theory, we're going to have a lot of people in here tomorrow that aren't normally here. But you know, if we don't, I'm still going to go all day. I'm going to try to get these Twitter spaces open. I'm going to try to get some people from there. There's some guests coming that are probably bring some of their friends in and whatnot. In fact, one confirmed guest is Hard Bastard's going to be here early in the show. We're going to talk about the State of the Union. I'm going to have a whole list of topics, by the way. In fact, here's how you can help me. Things we want to talk about tomorrow. I know that we're going to talk about the State of the Union. We're going to talk about the Eliza Blue, Tim Pool, Jeremy Hambley, and all those people. We'll talk about that. That'll be one thing. I want to talk about there's a little Twitter, I have a little Twitter controversy going because someone said that they are outlawing Black history in some states, and I have failed to see a state that has done it, but some people seem to think we have. So we're going to talk about education, and we're going to talk about Black history and education. We're going to talk about education in general, trans stuff, whatever. We're going to spend an hour on that, and then just general things. We'll talk about the balloon. We'll talk about Kamala Harris. We'll talk about all kinds of things with whatever the guests that come show up with, but I'm going to try to make a schedule. Okay, I'm going to try to make a schedule so that some of the guests who are coming can come at times they want to, things they want to talk about. So hopefully we'll get that working. Why is this thing working? Hang on a second. Let me check some here. I don't know if anyone happens to go over on Twitter and check the Twitter space. We'll see if that's working too. But anyway, that's it today. So today's prep work. You guys can help me prep. Is Lady Boomer gracing us with her presence? I'm not sure. Is she here? Is she in the chat? She might be. She was sleeping though. This is her day off. Who knows? Anyway, we're looking forward to tomorrow though, because it's going to be a big day. It's going to be a long day, and we're just going to have some fun. Hopefully, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for lunch or bathroom breaks or stuff like that. Hopefully, there'll be some people in the. I have some people guests. Like I have guests who are going to be here, and if they can carry the show when I have to pee and stuff like that, because that's what we got to do. Anyway, that's what's happening today on the Morning Night Live. Are you ready? Let's get this thing started, Johnny. I think it's time to play the intro. Play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet. Welcome back to the P-Dog Night channel where, it's not a week if I don't have a day where I'm muted. So anyway, it is Thursday, the 9th of February, 2023. It's the day before that show. That show known as the 1000th episode of Morning Night Live. This is the 999th episode, the Herman Cain edition of the Morning Night Live. And and like I said, it's not if I don't have one of these boomer moments every once in a while, it just isn't it. Anyway, I got my my cup that has some green in it because the green screen's messing up from Passau, Germany. I didn't even know there's green in this. That's not green. Why is it doing that? Anyway, got my coffee, which I'm only going to be able to have one cup tomorrow too. Oh gosh, I got to figure that out. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're glad I'm here. I'm trying to figure this out. And you say you could hear me over in Spaces Avocado Salad, but you could not hear the intro. Oh, there's an echo. Is there a bad echo? Is my voice echoing over there? See, that's what I'm trying to fix. I don't want it to echo. So I got to figure out how to stop that. Let's see. Okay, so if I'm on this, that should be off. Oh, you know what? I wonder. There's got to be a way to do that. Which one am I on? I'm on this one. I wonder if I turn this off. Will it still be going? So, they're out of sync. Okay, I wonder if it's because I might have to skip the Spaces thing. I haven't been able to figure out how to do my show and run it through this mixing board at the same time. If I don't figure that out by tomorrow, well, we'll just be it. No, Rumble and Twitter are just out of sync. Oh, you were listening to both. Oh, okay. Echo only with the YouTube stream and the Twitter Spaces going simultaneously. So you're listening to both. So what I want you to try is to turn off the just I just want to hear just listen to just the Twitter Space for a second. Is there an echo within the Twitter Spaces? Hi, Mike. Good. I'm glad. It's funny. I am going to talk about that today. So, whatever. But we'll get to that because that's one of my subjects today, Mike. So good. I'm glad you're here. All right. Twitter's slightly delayed, but you can hear it if you're just listening to just Twitter or if you're listening to just the show. Yeah, they're going to be different. Like, because the Spaces is going to be a place where a lot of people who've never been to the show probably will be. At least that's what I'm hoping. We'll find out. I'm gonna try to make that happen, but we'll see. So, and then if they want to watch the show online, then they can just watch it on here. So that's the goal. But it's okay. So just not with Twitter. Okay, got it. All right. Let's say good morning to everybody because we got a lot to talk about. And, well, I don't know. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. I haven't really prepared myself today because I'm too worried about getting ready for the show. But I do have some commercials to show you. I've made 4 commercials for the show, and they're all on Twitter. But if you haven't seen them, you'll see them popping up on YouTube today. But I'm going to share them with you today, too, because I just feel like doing that. But anyway, first in the chat, over on Rumble is Jimmy Das Hotep, who got there first, who gets the bell. And thank you for joining us over there. Avocado Sabley's over on Rumble. Chicago Mike, good morning. Mike Savage, Blarg, Simon Wolfwood, TC, and that's everyone on Rumble. Because that's, we're still that's still baby steps, right? Eventually, I would love to have everybody just watch on Rumble. Then I don't have to watch some of the shit I say because I swear a lot. And I can't swear and I don't feel natural on YouTube until about a half hour into the show. Then I can swear and it's all good. But I'm, potty mouths are us and that's how it is. So on YouTube, first in the chat, who was that? That would Jimmy Das Hotep's first over there too. Way to go, Jimmy Das Hotep. Also, Maddie's in the house. Good morning to my fellow Minnesotan. Good morning, Renee Mayette. Also, Tyrannus, Alexandrius, Tamara Litch. Good morning, Unacceptable Views. One of my Canadian friends, Mike Savage, Blarg. Kessler's in the house. TC's in the house. HP Lovecraft's in the house. Good to see you. Also, good morning, too. Let's scroll down. Simon Wolfwood, what up? Good to see you. Lord Stanhope's in the house. Let me scroll down here. Well, y'all been talking a lot, haven't you? Rotten Corpse is here. Good morning, sir. Also, good morning to Special K on Acid. Welcome back. Good morning to Hig and the home base in Florida. Nice to see you here. Who else is here? Man, a whole bunch. Oh, Shrapnel's in the house. Shrapnel who's got the 999. Yes, like I said, I was just going to put a picture of Herman Cain in the thumbnail and see who could figure it out. But you guys are right on top of things. You knew that meant 999 because this is the 999th episode of the Morning Night Live. Good morning, Chicago Mike. Good morning. I said Jimmy Dawes. Okay, I'm down here where I was muted. Y'all are making fun of me. Hopefully I'm not going to be able to do this tomorrow. There are going to be so many people here. I don't have time to say hi to everybody, but we'll see. Good morning, Aaron Meredith. Good morning, Mike. Welcome back. I love you, P-Dog. I may be hardcore liberal, but you're a good dude, man. Well, thank you. And I think you're a good dude, too. Even if, we don't. What's that? There's a song where we don't see eye to eye. I don't remember which one. It's not coming to mind, but you're a good dude. Oh, so we have 3 mics in the cat. Did someone feed them after midnight? I don't know. Let's see. Anyone else? Oh, my favorite Canadian, Jaeger Pony's in the house. I just gave you a bell just for giving you a bell. I got to get some theme music for more people, though. Anyway, and Eddie Haskell's here. So do me a favor. You are the sponsors of the show. And to sponsor the show, all you got to do is hit the like button. That's plenty for me. But even better is when you share the stream, like several people have already done. Did I hear what the hell did I do there? Okay, I did that one. I'm going to go over here and get into my notifications because several of you have done wonderful things for me, mainly meaning you shared the stream. Like, for example, wait, what the hell's going on here? Jimmy Das Hotep tweeted out the show, counting down to 1,000 Herman Cain edition. Yes, thank you very much. Also, Maddie, thank you for tweeting out the show. Somnambule Nation, you 3 are consistent. You all do it all the time. Swamp Fox Ghost, thank you for retweeting my tweet of the tweet. Hig, thank you, sir. And also Somnambule Nation for retweeting the tweet. And Chicago Mike, thank you for at least, I thought you tweeted out the spaces. Yeah, I wanted to check that. Okay, there's the Twitter spaces. Okay, I'm just curious. Let me see. Hang on a second. I'm going to listen over here. Let me see if this, let me hear it. I thought you tweeted out the spaces. Yeah, I wanted to check that. Good. It works. Okay, I'm going to get out of there. I don't want this playing on here. Anyway, I never get a bell. Well, Special Cat Acid, there's a bell for you. Private Eyes. Is that going to be your... Oh, is that... Well, that's Private Eyes. Okay. Here's your challenge. You need to name songs in the chat that have something to do with people's eyes. So, for example, I'm going to cheat, or not going to cheat, I'm going to ruin your day because I'm going to give away one of them. Betty Davis eyes. She's got Betty Davis eyes. Or blue eyes crying in the rain. See, I'm getting out ahead of you. But, okay, so songs about eyes or something like that. Is there a song called Angel Eyes? Yeah, Betty Davis eyes. I said it before you got time to type it. Oh, you beat me? Oh, that's a forget because there's a delay. So any thing I say is going to be 15 seconds later. Okay, you put your eyes songs in the chat. Sad Eyes. I got to think about that one. I know the song you're talking about. I am the eye in the sky looking at you. I can treat you blind. Or something like that. What else do you got? Eye in the Sky. And that's the Eye in the Sky. Robert John, Sad Eyes. I know the song. I can't think of it. Anyway. Oh, yes. Brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when We used to sing sha na 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 da. Very good, very good. Yeah, it's killing me. I can't think of it. Hungry Eyes. Who sings that? Hungry Eyes. Oh, there's a good one, Shrapnel. One-eyed, one-horned, purple people eat, or something like that. But that's about eyes. Avocado, that's the wrong kind of eye. And I will always love you. Yes, Alan Parsons Project. That's right. The Eye in the Sky. Okay. All right. Very good job. Very well done. Very well done on the Eyes songs. Okay. and none of them are sung by the Isley Brothers. Oh! Anyway, wait. Mrs. Jones and me. No, please don't get me in that song. Okay, how many of you heard the Mrs. Jones and Me song story? Oh my God. I wish you wouldn't have put that song into my head. It's already there. It's stuck. Actually, Hungry Eyes is kind of beating it out. Isn't that Eric Carmen who did Hungry Eyes? I'm pretty sure. Oh, you said that at the Costiatli. Okay. And said, I guess I got to pay attention to the chat better. Hungry Eyes is not Patrick Swayze. It's Eric Carmen. Definitely. What was Patrick Swayze? What was this? The one song Patrick Swayze had a song that was popular for a couple of years or something. I don't remember. Damn Your Eyes by Johnny Cash. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm not so good on that one. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it clear. Oh, say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as okay. Well as you hear. I was trying to. I'm in the wrong key. Listen as well as you hear. It's too late when we die. We don't see eye to eye. That's Is it Foreigner or is it what's his face and by himself who sings that though? I can't remember. What's his name? I know it's the guy from Foreigner, but I can't remember his name. Oh no, that's Mike and the Mechanics. Okay, gotcha. She Breaks the Wind. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's The Living Years. Okay, got it. Me and Mrs. Jones. No, Me and Mrs. Jones. Who sings Me and Mrs. Jones? Me and Mrs. Jones. Me and Mrs. Jones. That's Billy Paul. I think he's a one-hit wonder. Mrs. Jones and Me is oh God, who's that by? That's Counting Crows. Okay. Eye to Eye by Tevin Campbell. Oh, I forgot all about that one. No, Pendergrass doesn't sing Me and Mrs. Jones. It's a one-hit wonder, dude. Ode to Billy Joe. That's Lou Gramm. Yeah, Lou Gramm sang whatever that the Foreigner song. Wait, which Foreigner song? He's saying, I want to know what love is. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. And I want to feel what love is. Anyway, first sponsor of the day, monetarily wise, dropping almost a Hamilton in the tip jar. Javis Midehouse, also known as Hig. And Hig, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, sir. We'll put some music on for this. What's that? That's kind of deep and just mysterious. I can hear it though. Can you hear it? Can you hear that music? Thank you, Hib. Hig. Happy Herman Cain stream, Hig says. Anyway, Hig 1966 can get a wrench. That's a question. Anyway, Hig 1966 get a wrench. Eyes without a face. He's throwing it to Billy Idol. Oh my goodness. Let's stop that music. Eyes without a face. You know, that was when I was young and that video came out. Me and my college friends kind of liked that video, especially when it went into the clapping part, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, you got to look up the song, Eyes Without a Face. It was an interesting song. And where's Hig here? Hig, where are you at? Hig. You were on here somewhere. I know I said hi to you, and you're in the chat. Why don't I see you in the chat though? What you wrote a giant soliloquy up there somewhere, and I can't find you now. Hey, type something in the chat so I can find you. Sure, you'd be a great moderator for my channel. All right, should we talk about something besides music? Although, Lion Eyes, Billy Idol with the clap. Okay. Oh, you're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You're just too gentle to touch. I want to hold you so much. Frankie Valli. Okay, that's a good one. I love you, baby. Okay, all right. Enough of that. There we go. Hig, there you go. There's your wrench, brother. Ebony Eyes. Oh, who sings that? I don't know. Oh, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, that's another one. There's a lot of songs about eyes. I guess it's an easy one. If it's the apocalypse and zombies are climbing up the side of your apartment building, go to the roof and get electrocuted, and the zombies will get zapped off of it. Yeah, but once you die from being electrocuted, I'm not really sure about that. I'm not so sure. Okay. I don't know. Welcome to the club. We make fun of P-Dog on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tyre, you make fun of me every day. Okay, I'm just saying. World's famous cocaine addict, Rick James. Lord Stanhope, what were you trying to write it? What were you trying to write there? I have no idea. That was the Rebel yelled little. Oh, no. Okay. Don't even test me on music from the 80s. Okay. Let me tell you what I'm talking about here. Let's just look it up. I'm going to go Eyes Without a Face. I'm only going to show you the part that I'm talking about. And again, remember, this was when I was in my college days. This is not now. I don't really care about this kind of stuff anymore because I'm happily married and all that stuff. But Eyes Without a Face, Billy Idol. Let's find the spot that I'm talking about. We're going to put it on the screen so I can explain it to you what young college guys in the 80s were looking at in the middle of the song. Let me mute the song, though, because let's see. Right? Let's find it. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Right here. This spot right here. In fact, this is for educational purposes, YouTube, so please do not strike my channel. All right, but anyway, it goes, okay, here we go. From Eyes Without a Face, there's a certain point when you're in college, and the video comes on, and then this kind of happens right here. Oh. Okay, see? Now wait for it. Oh, hang on. There's another spot. It's got to be up here somewhere. Okay, that's not it. Let's go 5 seconds ahead. Not Billy Idol's ass. We don't want to see that. This part. See, this is it again, right here. See, that was the clapping part I was talking about. See, right here. Clap, 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 clap. See, I told you. I know what I'm talking about. 80s videos, don't test me, okay? I just know what I'm talking about. Gotcha? Got it? Good. Okay. I'm not going to play the guitar solo, though. Okay. This is really making sipping beer on the back of the forklift very unpleasant. Okay, and I thought I had ADHD. LOL. Are you talking about me? Look, I know I have this show coming up tomorrow, and but today it's gonna be like, it might be like this tomorrow too. Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow is also gonna be a big shill day. One of the very few times where I'm like, hey, throw some green in tip jar. Lady Boomer and I are going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary in 13 days. And we're going to miss a couple days here because we're going to be out in California, hopefully going deep sea fishing with my niece's husband. But also just hanging out in San Diego for a couple days to celebrate our 30th anniversary. And then later in the year, it's going to be your 60th birthday in August. And we're kind of doing this combo trip to Hawaii for both our 30th anniversary and for her 30th birthday. It's 30th anniversary and her 60th birthday. So anyway, so tomorrow I need cash because she was off for almost 6 weeks, and it's slow this time of the year for all the businesses I do. So, tomorrow's going to be a shill day too. It's going to be not shill day. It's going to be a grift day. So happy grift day tomorrow. Break out I'm not going to take any clothes off, but you can break out your stripper dollars. You can, throw them at me tomorrow. All right. Should we talk about some news? Cause I've been babbling for a half hour. Shill hard for the 30th anniversary. Well, we'll do that too. But okay. Is tomorrow the show going to be 8 hours of music trivia? No, I have a schedule. I'm going to be putting out that schedule this afternoon on Twitter. We're going to try to stay to the schedule of topics for each of the 8 hours. So for example, I said early we're going to talk with HB. We're going to probably talk State of the Union and also how press covers things. Second hour will probably be education, whether or not the state of Florida teaches Black history, because apparently some people think that they've banned Black history in some other states. And then also, if that topic is going to be talking about education in general, whether or not the trans stuff that's going in schools, and are these is that's a good thing or bad thing. Hopefully, I want to get some people who disagree with me on that too. The third hour probably to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, because the legends of Kyle Rittenhouse, the legend of Kyle Rittenhouse continues. He seems to trend every day. Sometime today we're going to talk about Eliza Blue and Tim Pool and all that shit, because Tim Pool's losing his damn mind. We'll probably talk about and then the rest of the day depends on who the guests are, because I'm going to ask the guests what they want to talk about. I know a couple people that are going to show up during the day for sure is Hard Bastard. I think Hotep Jesus is committed to him here. Jericho Green's going to come by. I think Megan Fox might show up. Ricada will not show up. He's got something going on tomorrow. But that's just to name a few. Canon Hotep will probably show up. Jay Pylon will be here. I'm inviting a whole bunch of people to drop in. So, and it's gonna be I'm gonna treat it kind of like a Twitter space. I'm gonna have right over here. This window that I'm in is going to be a StreamYards window with different people in it, but I'm going to be up there, though. I'll be up there. What's the one up there? Why did this thing resize? Here, let me fix this shit. Holy shit, I didn't even notice that. I'm slipping. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, open mic night, no. Maybe at the end of the show I'll open mic, but most of the day I have invited a bunch of people, and in fact, I'm gonna try this one. This will be if I can pull this one off, it'll be great. I'm gonna try to get Ed and Brian Krasinski to come on the show too. We'll see. There's a bunch of people who I know from Twitter Spaces, and Ed follows me on Twitter, but he follows a lot of people on Twitter. But I want to get him in here because I want to talk to him. about things because there are some prolific Democrat propagandists on Twitter. He may be one of the best propagandists I've ever seen. Because, I mean, he can spout bullshit like nobody's business. And yet still, he can spout talking points. He's king of talking points. And he's kind of like Jeff Tiedrick. He's kind of like Brooklyn Dad Defiant. They're all just spouting talking points constantly. But, the one thing about like Jeff Tiedrick, if you know who that is, or Brooklyn Dad Defiant, they are like hostile on Twitter, like almost purposely hostile because, somebody who was making this point one time, I think it was Randy Monkey who made this point. When you have men who are on the left, Democrats, and they can pull off kind of a masculine, manly, leftist vibe, the sky's the limit for them. Because most people who do that on the left don't pull that off or don't attempt to. And these guys talk like they're just shit talkers. And the shit talking they do has made them very, very popular. Jeff Tiedrick basically built up 1 million Twitter followers just by being a shit talker. And so it's interesting. So, and they do. They're very successful. The Krasensteins, but they're more just good propagandists, and they built their following off of Donald Trump by being one of the first people to always respond to Donald Trump. They had him clearly they had the notification set so that anytime Donald Trump tweeted, they would be one of the first to respond, and usually in some derogatory way, and they would get a lot of people following them because of that. And they did it very well. They're marketing experts. And of course, they got in trouble for some of their marketing at one point in time, and both of them avoided jail time, but boy, did they pay a lot in fines. But during my interactions with them in some of these Twitter spaces, it's interesting how nice of a person Ed is, even though I think he's a jerk on Twitter. But in Twitter spaces, he's very nice. He's still wrong about everything, but he's very nice, and he's very he's full of talking points, and it's kind of fun. So I would love to have him on the show sometime, just because I'd like to chat with the dude and see what makes these two tick. Anyway. Should I leave Eyes Without a Face in the links today? Because I know you all want to see that again. So I will leave that in the links. All right, let's talk about something in the world. Something in the world today. I don't know what it is. So trending in Twitter today. Tim Pool's still trending. Oh my gosh. That's still going. Oh, wait a minute. Burke Backrack's trending. Oh, why? Hello, Sheograph. 1,000's tomorrow, but I appreciate you. Nice to have you here. Tyler F, how you doing? I see you too. You made it. Why is Burt Bacharach trending? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Now I don't know if Burt. Yes. Burt Bacharach has died at 94 years old. Holy crap. I didn't know he was that old. Obviously, music themes going today. Burt Bacharach, the composer and Oscar winner who delighted millions with quirky arrangements and unforgettable melodies of Walk On By, Do You Know the Way to San Jose, and dozens of other hits, has died at age 94. Legend Grammy, Oscar, and Tony-winning Bacharach died Wednesday at home in Los Angeles of natural causes, publicist Tina Brosman said Thursday. Over the past 70 years, only Lennon-McCartney and Carole King and a handful of others rivaled his genius for instantly catchy songs that remained performed, played, and hummed long after they were written. Yeah, he wrote a lot for Dionne Warwick. Let's see. Alfie, I Say a Little Prayer, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, This Guy's in Love with You. And yeah, Dionne Warwick was his favorite interpreter. So that's that's sad. But what I was laughing at, I wasn't laughing because Burt Bacharach died. Yes, he wrote Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head too. He wrote lots of songs, man. Lots of songs when I was a kid that were like they all seemed like old songs to me, and they weren't really, my type of music, but they were all, very popular songs. But what I was laughing about, I didn't mean to laugh about him dying. I was laughing about this because rest in peace, Burt Bacharach, or Bacharach. Yeah, that's not Burt Bacharach, or however you say it. And then there's also this one, rest in peace, Burt Bacharach. That's funny because a lot of people probably don't know who he is. So anyway, yeah, he was prolific songwriter. In fact, yeah, he did some sessions with Elvis Costello in the late 90s. He was 94 years old. Oh, rest in peace, Burt Bacharach. All right, anyway, so much for that. All right, next, also trending right now is, why is this doing this here? Also trending, John Fetterman. So there was a rumor that came out yesterday that John Fetterman was rushed to the hospital and he was this and that and whatever. Well, it wasn't quite true. I mean, he did go to the hospital. Let's see. Now, some people are saying he had another stroke. That is not confirmed. Now, see, the Gateway pundits. Okay, so this. I don't think this is accurate. Gateway pundit put out this article. Democrat Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania rushed to D.C. hospital. This is a breaking story. This was at 11:24 yesterday p.m. John Fetterman rushed. Oh, this is, of course, according to the Daily Mail. John Fetterman rushed to the hospital after feeling lightheaded as doctors checked if he suffered another stroke. This is not accurate. The Daily Mail story is not accurate. At least, well, again, the way it works for Democrats is if it was accurate, they're going to still cover it for you anyway. Here's the Citizen Free Pass. What is this? Fetterman's team initial test did not show evidence of a new stroke, but doctors are running more tests and John's remaining overnight for observation. Okay, well, now that he was feeling lightheaded, I thought maybe, sometimes if you take you take blood thinners when you have a stroke, okay? And sometimes you don't have the dosage right, you can feel lightheaded. There's a lot of reasons. So here's this report from whatever this is. Let's see what this says.
Overnight, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman has been hospitalized. His staff says the senator was at a Democratic retreat when he began feeling lightheaded. Fetterman had a stroke in May. His primary care physician provided an update back in October saying that he could work full duty in public office. The senator's office says that initial tests did not show evidence of a new stroke, but Fetterman would remain at the hospital overnight for observation. They also said he was in good spirits and talking with family.
Okay, so that's NBC News. It's interesting. I don't, are they covering? Okay, let's do. Here's a question for the chat, and I'll put it in and I'll make a little poll. Let's see. Is the media covering something up for Fetterman? There's our poll. Put it in the chat over on YouTube. Sorry, Rumble, I can't put polls over there. So anyway, that's interesting. And look, even though I would rather John Fetterman not be in the United States Senate, I don't have any ill will towards him. If he is having problems, I hope he's doing okay. But it's interesting. It makes me wonder, and of course a song pops into my head. Ooh, it makes me wonder. If he should have been running for the Senate anyway. You're going to have these scares all the time. Hello, why are you so angry? Wife B. Ohms Senator. I think you hit that wrong. Let's see. Jem Benson says, I saw a shot of Fetterman during the State of the Union Tuesday night. He looked terrible. He's being hospitalized, complaining of lightheadedness. Not a good commentary on Pennsylvania voters choosing a man who's not well to be their senator, in my opinion. Well, look, they kind of here, let me just say this. They didn't have a good candidate running against him. And I understand Donald Trump likes Dr. Oz, right? But it just not a good candidate. It was too easy to say he's a carpetbagger. Now, I know carpetbagging worked for Hillary Clinton, but that was Hillary Clinton in New York, right? But this is not New York, and it's not Hillary Clinton. Oh, now, okay, let me give you, here's an example. Ed Krasenstein, this is the propaganda that this guy does. This is Brian this time. Look at this propaganda. Breaking, John Fetterman has been hospitalized. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Hang on. That's Brian, that's not Ed. Let me find the one I was looking for, because I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna throw out lines from songs all damn day. Let's just find Ed here, because this is too hard. Ed. Let's see. Ed Krasenstein. Ed Krasenstein. This is pretty much just some straight up bullshit right here. This is straight up bullshit. But this is typical of Ed, because it's a propaganda machine. Here's what he says. Watching some Republicans celebrate Senator John Fetterman's hospitalization is very sad. Nobody's celebrating it. And in fact, the first reply, no one's celebrating it. They're pointing out that this is why they warned everyone of what was going on, that Democrats were propping up a sick man who needed medical attention just for a seat in the Senate. Stop lying, Ed. And this one says, well, they long ago crossed the line of what's compassionate. Bullshit. Anytime a Republican dies, you got people dancing in the fucking street. Shut the fuck up. Not Ed. Ed's usually nicer than that. But anyway, FTG to them all anyway. Okay, moving on. I'm not even gonna, let's see. Do I even want to put it? I'm not gonna leave Gateway Pundit's article up there. You can just, it's in the links. I put the link of the Fetterman trending tab, and you'll have the most up-to-date information on that. All right, moving on. There's a little drama at Project Veritas, and I don't know what this is about, but Project Veritas CEO James O'Keefe apparently is he's been being forced out of Project Veritas. Does that make sense to anybody? Let's see. Thread. Here we go. Here's a thread on this. Let's check this out. I'm going to copy and paste that thread, and then we'll check it out, because I want to hear what this is about. Here's the thread. As soon as it pops up on my slow-ass computer. I need to upgrade this computer big time. Thread. Whistleblower has contacted me about the news that James O'Keefe was put on leave and stripped of all authority at Project Veritas. This is difficult for me to publish as a staunch supporter of Project Veritas for years, and even a VIP at their events. But what is happening to James O'Keefe is unconscionable, and the attempted hostile takeover of Project Veritas needs to be stood against by its supporters. This will not stand. James is a bit of a victim of poor corporate structure, as Project Veritas is two separate organizations, a 501c3, which had very few board members and the majority of dollars, and a 501c4, which had significantly more board members but less dollars. According to my source, the situation has allowed two alleged ringleaders of this attempt to push James out to have a significant sway over the others, despite their reasons to be essentially meritless. Board members and C-suite officers involved in this, according to my source, are these board members. He names a few. The board held a 6.5-hour struggle session versus James, where they subjected him to constant derision and insults at the insistence of Chairman Herman Hinckley. About 10 employees aired their grievances about James, which essentially boiled down to him being a tough boss to work for. He's got a lot of young people work for him, so this doesn't surprise me. At the end of this 6-hour struggle session, Tierman and fellow board member John Garvey put him on leave and stripped him of all authority. It was literally a Stalin-esque kangaroo court trial. The thing that is so very profound to me is that no one seems to grasp. John Garvey and the rest of the board did nothing to stop it. Matt Tierman had it all scripted, all 6 freaking hours, and he used a little harder word there. This comes in the immediate aftermath of Project Veritas' greatest moment ever, exposing corruption at Pfizer, which my source thought was extremely suspicious timing. You boot the founder right after your biggest win of all time? Project Veritas must explain the situation. My source believes that with enough public support, James O'Keefe could win back support of the 501c4 board. Please retweet and voice your support in a positive way. James O'Keefe has done more to expose corporate corruption than almost any journalist in modern history. If James O'Keefe leaves, I will no longer support Project Veritas and will support whichever venture he starts instead. My source says that the rank and file employees are still with James. The board needs to realize Project Veritas will likely not survive if they go through with this. That is true. And then he said, I woke up to this guy's swing. I woke up to 1.3 million notifications this morning. Crazy. No one is able to follow me last night. So try again if you're interested in the follow-up tweets. I have been reached out to by additional Project Veritas insiders who have more to say about the issue. By the way, thank you for those who are listening on Spaces. If you want, I'm on YouTube and Rumble right now. In fact, I should probably put that in here because this is a test drive for tomorrow. Tomorrow is my 1,000th episode of Morning Night Live. I see, let's see, who is this? This is Theodora Chulfein. I know I'm not saying that right, but from Parents Push Back. Yeah, how are you? Good to see you here. Tomorrow I have in fact, I'll invite you. My 1,000th episode, we're going to have an hour where we're going to be talking about education and parents and stuff like that. So I definitely hope you get a chance to drop by tomorrow. Welcome to the show. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. So anyway, yeah, here's, this is hilarious. Look, is there anybody on the planet? Is there anyone on the planet who thinks that Project Veritas goes anywhere without James O'Keefe? I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. And the poll, by the way, is the media covering up something for Fetterman? 89% of you said yes. No shocker to me. So, and in fact, lots of people are saying that. Candace Owens, who, you know me, and you know how I feel about Candace. I'm not a fan. Although she says some things right, but I'm not a fan. I'm just not. I think she's a marketer of Candace Owens and just happens to say the right things that I agree with. But anyway, she says there's no Project Veritas without James O'Keefe. I say this as a donor to the organization, but more importantly, as a colleague who watched him pour everything he had into Project Veritas over the years. Look, Project Veritas is James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe is Project Veritas. This is they're nuts if they think they can push him out and survive. No one's they're done. In fact, I bet that 70, 80, 90% of the employees of Project Veritas would go with James O'Keefe and leave Project Veritas if they push him out. They are out of their minds. Jack Posobiec, they're coming after James O'Keefe right after he took down Pfizer. We can all see what's going on here. Well, Pfizer and YouTube. Here it is, New York Magazine. James O'Keefe, the founder and chairman of Project Veritas, has taken a paid leave from the organization as its board considers whether to remove him from his leadership position. According to current and former employees, well, whatever. You can take James O'Keefe from Project Veritas, and there will be no Project Veritas. Everyone is saying the same damn thing. They are nuts. They're knucking futs. So anyway, that's what's happening with James. Okay, here's a big FTG. FTG to all the Project Veritas. Oh, what the hell is my typing there? Let's try this again. Project Veritas board, except James O'Keefe. There we go. It takes me a long time to type shit anymore anywhere. There you go. FTG to all the Project Veritas board, except for James O'Keefe, who is Project Veritas, you morons. It's unbelievable. Next. All right, let's talk about Rick Scott. Rick Scott is trending right now because apparently Rick Scott and Mike Lee were the two Republicans that they were talking about, Joe Biden was talking about when he was talking about proposals to letting Social Security sunset. Okay? Now, and it's all over Twitter that the people on the left are having a field day because apparently they did some interviews and people, let's see, Dems, GOP wants to kill Medicare. GOP, no, we don't. Rick Scott, that's right, we don't. I just want to sunset the entire government. GOP, shut the fuck up, Rick. Dems, keep talking, Rick. Look, Mike Lee and Rick Scott had some proposals that were about Social Security and Medicare regarding why the programs are not sound. you know, I call it, like I said, I call Social Security the Great American Ponzi Scheme because it worked as long as there was always more workers than retirees. But unfortunately, after the baby boomers were born, the birth rates in the United States have been going down. And so now all those baby boomers are becoming that age where they will be getting Social Security. And so it is a huge drain in the budget. Okay. And me being of elder years, or going to be elder years sooner than most of the rest of you, I don't necessarily have a problem if they would raise the eligibility age or whatever. I mean, they got to do something because what we're doing is not sustainable. Because there is no lockbox. There is no lockbox like Al Gore says, because there's just not. It was a lie, and I was running for president, and it sounded really, really good, but it was false. So anyway, they're getting savaged on Twitter. Senator Rick Scott of Florida, go to hell and take your 5-year bill with you. My Social Security isn't up for a vote every 5 years and will never be up for a vote every 5 years. Do you think we are stupid? A single older American knows what you're up to. Well, Rick Scott's an older American. So anyway, let's see. And Aaron Rupar, the propagandist who I don't even know where he writes for, but he's a journalist. Fox News is lying about Biden's claim being debunked. As he reiterated just yesterday, Rick Scott wants all federal legislation to sunset after 5 years, including Medicare. That is the sense in which Biden says accurately that Scott wants to end the program. Because Rick Scott wants the budget of the United States of America to be rethought every 5 years. So that's how he's saying, well, that's what he wants to end Social Security and Medicare. Well, no, he wants the entire budget. Look, you know what I think? I say it very often. I'd like the entire legislative body of the United States of America just to take a year off and not write any new laws. In fact, they should spend an entire year doing nothing but repealing stupid laws. Because there's too many of them. There's the bureaucracy is too big. And I don't think, look, set everyone's budget and go home for a year. just go home. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, and don't do that, right? So anyway, Fox, how's your relationship with? Here, let's see what part of the clip he said.
Relationship with.
Whoops.
I work with relationship with Senator Mitch McConnell. I work with all the Republican senators. I work with some of the Democrat senators. I'm going to work hard to represent my state. And I tell everybody, I'm going to represent the state of Florida. That's what I got elected to do. I mean, look, you can vote any way you want. I'm going to vote for the citizens of Florida.
But are you guys cool with each other? Are you talking?
Well, he just kicked me off a committee. I mean, so that was pretty petty.
It's Commerce Committee. But you're on other committees, right?
So he, McConnell kicked him off the Commerce Committee. McConnell is mad that they gave him Joe Biden a talking point. But does Rick Scott represent all Republicans? No. And does every Republican know that politically, even thinking about touching Social Security is suicide? Yes. I said that word you're probably not supposed to be able to say on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see if they get caught on it. But you know what? Somebody better talk about it sometime in the next 50 years because it ain't going to work. Sorry. I hate to say it. So, but Mitch is mad at this guy. I wish Mitch was as mad as Lindsey Graham for proposing a bill to end all abortions or ban abortions nationwide. Didn't the Supreme Court just tell you all that that's for the states to decide? But you know what? That helped Mitch because Mitch didn't really want to be the majority leader, and Mitch didn't want any of the new MAGA types showing up at the Senate that would take him out of leadership position. So he's not mad at Lindsey Graham, but he's mad at Rick Scott for giving him a talking point. I wonder if he's mad at Mike Lee too. Anyway.
I'm on armed services. I'm on home security. But think about it. I've been on the committee for 4 years. I probably ran the biggest business that anybody's ever served in the Senate.
Don't talk about your business. You got in trouble. You also you probably paid the biggest fines of any business owner in the Senate too. That's another story. Anyway.
Think of the country, and I got kicked off of Commerce. But I've got a relationship with Ted Cruz, who's the ranking member. I'll continue to work on all the issues I need to work on Commerce.
Okay, so I'm going to
say. Anyway,
so
that's the clip. All the Democrat types are. Wait, that's not really Colin Kaepernick. No, it's not. This is the guy that they're. This is the guy that they're snapping at right now. So he's trending. All the Democrats are excited. Mike Lee. It will be my objective to phase out Social Security, to pull it up by the roots and get rid of it. Is that what he said? I'm curious. And if he did say it, did he say how he's going to replace it? I'm just curious. They got to figure out something. This ain't going to work for that much longer. All of us people, I'm at the end. I'm the last boomer, right? Of course, I was going to talk about a certain disease from a certain country that showed up here that killed off a lot of the people who are older than me, that are the actual boomers, because I'm the last boomer. I'm the first Gen Xer. I'm just curious if that helped that helped lighten up the load on Social Security or not. I hate to laugh about that because I know a lot of people lost their loved ones and shit. But who knows? Maybe that was part of the plan. Oh, God. All right. Let's get into a couple articles and then we're going to get out of here because I got to get my shit ready for tomorrow. The year that went broke. This is an interesting article in Front Page Magazine talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Corporate layoffs hit diversity, equity, and inclusion hardest. The year that went broke. As companies aggressively lay off workers and cut costs, a survey released just last month revealed that company events and bonuses were cut first, followed by diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Oh, no! DEI job listings fell by a fifth last year, and the woke collapse is accelerating. Oh, I am I'm so upset about that. That's been the conclusion of other surveys and firms describing a corporate environment where DEI's wokeness programs are the first to go. Only 5% of recruiters say DEI is a priority. DEI will die. Yes, Renee, that's where we're going, it looks like. Apparently, corporate racism is collateral damage in HR cuts. 55% of HR departments surveyed were already cut or expected to have their budgets slashed, and DEI is the mask that HR wears. Now, layoffs in the tech industry. Oh my, these sexist motherfuckers. Layoffs in the tech industry disproportionately affected white women. Not because of sexism, but because companies under pressure were shedding the most expendable roles, primarily human resources. See, in the tech companies, the guys who actually, or the people, I shouldn't say the guys, because there are girls. In fact, my daughter-in-law is a tech person, or does tech stuff. But most of the tech people, the guys who actually do the tech work, that are typing and clicking and ones and zeros and shit, they're usually guys. But the HR people are the most expendable roles. Some companies like Twilio announced that they would be firing workers based on what? Twilio announced that they would be firing workers based on race? Hello, Tales of Gore. Some companies like Twilio announced they would be firing workers based on race, or as CEO Jeff Lawson put it, layoffs were carried through an anti-racist, anti-oppression lens. Oh, them motherfuckers are going out of business. I guarantee it. Look, not saying that the brothers and sisters at Twilio are not competent. In fact, most of them are. But I'm going to guess that there's a few, just a few, because there's a few just everywhere, that are not competent or as competent as the others of the melanated variety and the other white people. But they're going to get rid of white people first because the layoffs are going to be carried out through an anti-racist and anti-oppression lens. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Mostly, though, companies were jettisoning dead weight regardless of weight, race, or level of wokeness. Hey, there is some hope. Facebook dumped its special training program for HR managers who focus on diversity and fired everyone in it. My goodness. To add insult to injury, Facebook offered them much less severance pay than other workers. Uh-oh. Now, hold on. That could be a problem for Facebook, but we'll see. That because, when you do something like that, of course, anyway, Amazon dumped a good deal of its DEI personnel as part of an HR purge also. Layoffs tend to hit human resources where the invasive species of a diversity consultants had built its nest. See, yeah, that's the thing. The diversity consultants. Yeah. You got to go. Corporate human resources departments had transformed private sector racism into a booming business, and it's a business that rises and falls with the social and economic trends. Diversity spending had been declining during the pandemic. Mainline companies struggling with a challenging economic environment had less resources to throw at the diversity seminars. The race riots that burned cities and cost countless lives also helped to make the agitators who had poured ideological gasoline on the fires of race very wealthy. Ibram X. Kendi, Tanisha Coates, Robin DiAngelo, and other professional racists ushered in an intellectual rebrand of diversity, which had become as stodgy as HR, into the exciting new era of anti-racism. So I wonder what their speaking fees are like right now. Kendi, Tanisha Coates, and Robin DiAngelo, because if they're cutting back on this shit, that means these people aren't charging $30,000 to come in for a week or for a day and say some shit that people can, like me, would laugh at. Let's see. While Black Lives Matter leaders and influencers like Kendi charge massive speaking fees, a legion of identity politics studies grads and diversity consultants began quietly cashing in. The nation's workhouse business had limited resources, but the massive corporations, especially in the tech industry, were glutted with pandemic cash and eager to virtue signal. Big tech monopolies stuffed with the ill-gotten gains of lockdown invested heavily in DEI. So did most of the tech industry. Inflation is look. Speaking of which, if you're a brother in tech and you're really good at what you do, oh boy, the sky's the limit. I mean, my son's, he's now I don't see, unfortunately, I don't say unfortunately. I don't even know if they know at his company that my son is of African heritage. But they do throw a lot of money at him, and he's one of their best people. So they really like him. So I'm excited about that. Cause that's one less kid moving back in. Of course, neither of my kids have even considered that, because both my kids have done very well outside of this home ever since they left college. So anyway, DEI brought academic racism of the critical race theory variety into corporate boardrooms. But another way to look at it is as a way for HR professionals, many of them white women. Yeah, that's the other thing. DEI has been very, very good for white women in HR type roles. To elevate their roles or spin off booming businesses, manufacturing a racism crisis destroyed a lot of lives, but as is often the case, made a small group of people successful and wealthy. Kendi Coates D'Angelo. So anyway, it goes on and on about this, but yeah, I'm very curious at what those three in particular, if their speaking tours have been limited a little bit or not. I'm just curious. So, all right, let's move on. There's an article about James O'Keefe, by the way, I wanted to go through in in PJ Media, written by our good friend Megan Fox, who might show up to her. I hope she does. Maybe I got to get her to come in here and talk about James O'Keefe. So here it is. Hello, Kevin S. How you doing? Breaking: James O'Keefe put on leave at Project Veritas. Has there been a coup? Project Veritas, whose public face has always been its founder, James O'Keefe, has been hit with a scandal. A whistleblower has come forward regarding the recent news that O'Keefe has been put on leave and stripped of his role at the company. According to this unnamed whistleblower, O'Keefe has fallen victim to a lack of proper corporate structure at Project Veritas, which is divided into two separate organizations with different boards and funding. Whistleblower alleges that two ringleaders, Matt Timon and Barry Hinckley, have taken advantage of the situation to push O'Keefe out. The board members and C-suite officers involved in the attempt to remove O'Keefe are listed in the Twitter thread. The whistleblower describes the board's decision as a Stalin-esque kangaroo court. So basically the same thing we read in that thread. Let's see. The Daily Beast released an article on Wednesday about the supposed turmoil within Project Veritas, blaming it all on O'Keefe and his alleged mistreatment of employees. It's hard to take these claims seriously when they are based on an internal memo signed by only a third of the employees. The idea that working for James O'Keefe involves public crucifixions and mandatory lie detector tests is entertaining, but seems like an overly dramatic way of describing a tough boss. Considering the work ethic of today's youth, and Project Veritas is full of young adults who are part of the generation that films themselves crying when asked to make too many no foam lattes, the complaint rings a little hollow. Megan, I gotta have you on here tomorrow to talk about this. Okay, and then they just go on talking about how Project Veritas has done some good shit. Okay, well, I hope Megan drops in tomorrow, because this will definitely talk. In fact, I'll just put it on the list of topics and see if I can lure her in, just like Megan Fox, gotcha. You'll be here. I hope so. She's kind of funny anyway. All right, let's see what else did I have planned here. Also, so the Twitter people were testifying before the House of Representatives yesterday. They had a big hearing on the how Twitter was handled certain areas of sensitive topics known as computers that fold and close, open and close, whatever. So, and a couple of the highlights are included in some of these articles. Do you think all conservatives are Nazis? Representative Comer confronts Twitter exec with his own giant printed out tweet. We'll just show you the part of the hearing here. Let's see.
Election. Today we're hearing from Twitter executives who buried the New York Post laptop story, claiming it violated the platform's hacked materials policy. In reality, the Twitter executives were hostile towards conservatives and biased towards anyone who opposed their
Oh, no,
points of
that
view.
can't
For
be.
example, Mr. Roth, did you write this tweet?
I regret the language that I used in some of
Oh,
my
you
former
re-
tweets, but
you
yes,
re-
I did post that.
You
And
regret
I'll
the-
read the tweet so it's in the record. Yes, that person in the pink hat is clearly a bigger threat to your brand of feminism than actual Nazis in the White House. Mr. Roth, do you think all conservatives are Nazis?
Certainly not, sir.
What about the hundreds of people who worked at
Okay, so anyway, that one. Look,
the
here's
election?
hang on.
Today we're hearing from Twitter executives who buried
Stop
the New
that
York
for a second. But that wasn't the only highlight. In fact, I wish I probably should have put up a whole list of these. Also, the ex-safety chief says that they made a mistake. There was a mistake. It was a mistake to hide the Hunter Biden story. It was a mistake to censor it. Twitter made a mistake by censoring the New York Post reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop before the 2020 election. The company's former safety chief testified to Congress on Wednesday. Yoel Roth, the former head of Twitter's Trust and Safety Division, said the Post reporting on the Biden laptop records on October 14th, 2020, at first glance bore a lot of similarities to the 2016 Russian hack and leak operation targeting the DNC, except there was no 2016 Russian hack and leak operation targeting the DNC. They haven't found evidence of that. And it was much more likely done by a person who unfortunately found his demise at a random mugging near Washington, D.C. Boy, that story is certainly rich. Get it? Rich. Anyway, this article continues. This is Roth. In that moment, with limited information, Twitter made a mistake. Under the distribution of hacked materials policy, the company decided to prevent links to the New York Post stories about the laptop from being shared across the server. No, that is a lie. Joel, we know that someone in the Justice Department or the FBI lied to you and pressured you on that story. They told you in advance that they got out ahead of the story because they knew they had the laptop for over a year, and they were telling you, well, you got to watch out for some Russian story on something about a laptop, blah, 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 you lying little bitch. So anyway, he said the comments were the strongest acknowledgement yet by top Twitter officials that the social media site's decision to block sharing of the bombshell news story was unwarranted under the company's policies. While many former U.S. intelligence officials initially claimed the story had hallmarks of Russian disinformation, because they were lying.
Why the fuck you lying?
The validity of the laptop was later corroborated by the news outlets who were hiding it, and it was before an election. That's why, because they were all in the same game. Roth previously said he argued against blocking the New York Post story, telling colleagues there was not enough evidence that the records were hacked and that the decision seemed arbitrary. He told Congress he was overruled by his boss, Twitter Vice President of Trust and Safety, Del Harvey. The House Oversight Committee is investigating Twitter's treatment of the laptop story and heard testimony from several senior Twitter employees, including Roth, attorney Vijay Gotti, and former deputy general counsel Jim Baker. Huh. That we all know that name, don't we? Jim Baker, the former FBI counsel kind of guy. Yes, FTG to Yoel Roth, FTG to JJ Getty, FTG to Jim Baker. All of them. They can go fuck themselves. I just, yeah, that's a little more colorful language than I intended to do. Let's see. Let's talk about education. I got a couple education stories too. It's Wednesday. It's Thursday. I don't know. This is an article just about what's happening on your college's campuses. From pronouns to comedy shows, college kids keep snitching on speech through secret tip lines, according to a document. Did you know about this? They have these special tip lines at some of these schools. The Daily Caller News Foundation conducted an analysis of reports filed through 5 university bias reporting systems to determine what bias incidents students are reporting. Students across the country are relying on secret tip lines to report on their peers for speech that could be considered biased language. Oh no. According to an analysis conducted by the Daily Caller, bias reporting systems and bias reporting teams, so that's called BRS, is the bias reporting systems, and bias reporting teams, which are BRT, are quickly becoming a popular tool used on college campuses to monitor and sometimes punish speech that is found to be offensive or in violation of university policies. Wait a minute. Speech that is in violation of university policies? What the fuck? No, not that Jim Baker, not Tammy Face bitch. No, not Jim Baker from PTO, Praise the Lord, or whatever that's, those weirdos. No, Jim Baker, the former FBI counsel who did end up working for Twitter. You know how the revolving door from the FBI and the Justice Department to tech companies and media are? That's that Jim Baker. Different guy. 999 is filled with rage. Good. Yes. I'm just losing my damn mind. Okay, so punish speech that is found to be offensive or in violation of university policies. Wow. I hope these are private universities and not public universities, because at a public university, you shouldn't be having any kind of speech that's in violation of university policies because they're a state-run organization. Many of the complaints filed at several universities during the fall of 2022 semester accused students of, oh no, misgendering. Oh. Using the wrong pronouns. Oh. And making insensitive comments. According to documents obtained by the Daily Caller, the University of Connecticut, UConn, Bias Incident Report accumulated 79 complaints filed between July and December 2022, according to documents obtained by the Daily Caller. One complaint flagged a residence hall email that, oh no, identified bathroom use based on gender. Some whiny little biatch reported that, oh my God, the email identified bathroom use on gender. Oh, the vapors. While another reported a comedian performing at an on-campus comedy show for, quote, verbal remarks directed at race, ethnicity, religion, gender identity / expression, and sexual orientation. I got a question for y'all. Y'all remember a show, I think it was in the 90s. I'm not particularly sure if my timeline's correct or not, but there was a show on television called In Living Color. In Living Color. The Wayans brothers and I think Jamie Foxx was on that show. There was a bunch of people on that show. The goofy white guy who's a super liberal dickhead now. That crew. And there was a show. There was a recurring skit on In Living Color called men on whatever the topic was. So men on football. And it was the two black gentlemen played by, Jim Carrey, that douchebag. And they did this thing. They'd be talking about certain things, and they're talking about tight ends and this and that and this and that, and Z Snap and all that shit. Those guys. I would imagine that the person who wrote that complaint, who complained about comedian at a comedy show for verbal remarks directed at race, ethnicity, religion, gender, identity, expression, and sexual orientation, whoever wrote that complaint would consider that show murder. I'm just saying. Staff members filed several complaints flagging, I said fagging, I should have done that, flagging comments about gender identity written on whiteboards outside of student dorms. Boy, it's really all about the fucking pronouns, isn't it? I mean, you look through this and there's one recurring theme. Bias reporting systems are a common and valuable tool at many institutions, including UConn. They help ensure that members of the campus community receive report when they are negatively impacted by intentional or unintentional actions or comments based on how they identify as an individual. So basically, let me translate. Me. That's basically what it is. Oh my gosh, you microaggressed me. I'm gonna go sit in my corner of my safe room with a puppy and a blanket. Holy fuck. An Illinois State University student was reported for saying that there are only two genders. Oh no! And for reportedly not wanting to live with a roommate who makes stuff up in their head. According to an ISU document obtained by the Daily Caller, the document revealed multiple reports against roommates who would not use preferred pronouns or misgendered students. There was a sign on the door to blank and blank dorm room that said, all solicitors must be able to define the word woman. A report made at Miami University, located in Ohio, read, oh no! Bowling Green State University, located in Ohio, recorded 15 submissions. Oh yeah. I bet you didn't think I was going there with this one. 15 submissions to its reporting system, the majority of which reported racist, sexist, or homophobic rhetoric. A UConn staff member filed a complaint against a student who was seen wearing a Middle East. Oh my God! Wait a minute. This was actually reported by a staff member at the University of Connecticut. Listen to this. Oh, shit. Listen to this one. A UConn staff member filed a complaint against a student who was seen wearing, quote, Middle Eastern clothing in the residence hall, end quote. Whoa. Not so fast. Resident Life staff determined that the student had Middle Eastern heritage and therefore did not commit a biased incident. So, hey, white people, don't wear dreads and dashikis at the University of Connecticut. Oh my God. At ISU, a professor reported a student for comments he made in class, one of which was reportedly, quote, I'm not going to vote for someone just because they're black, end quote. Professor also raised concern about the student's vocal support for the Second Amendment, despite clarifying the student never made a threat in the classroom. Quote, however, given the sheer number of troubling comments, the way he expresses anger or hostility when he feels frustrated, and that he seems to quickly think of gun violence as a viable solution, I think it's worth taking seriously the possibility that this situation could escalate, the anonymous professor wrote. Oh my God. Let's just, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to read one of these reports and then we're going to call it a day. So this is at Illinois State University. This is a report at Illinois State University. The names are redacted for the protection of those who are idiots. Blank is a first-year student in my course, name of the course. He has shown several different forms of concerning behavior throughout the first 2 weeks of the semester. Blank is very engaged in the course and seems to care a lot about the subject matter. However, his classroom interactions and written work have been atypical and sometimes inappropriate. Blank frequently interrupts me while I am teaching the class, and he gets noticeably angry with me if he forgets to do an assignment or if he thinks an assigned reading was too hard. In his written work, instead of writing that he disagrees with someone, Blank will call them names or issue personal put-downs. Okay, now that's legit. You didn't need to be doing that shit. He needs to, whatever. In one case, he wrote, if I find anyone saying they agree with a view, I will laugh in their face and call them a dumbass and consider them on par intelligence with the flat earthers and vaccine deniers. This was highly unusual to see in a university coursework. Oh, really? Blank has also expressed a significant number of biased or racist comments during class and in his written work. I am aware that some of the comments are protected under ISU's freedom of speech policy. Then why are you talking about it? I am discussing them here because they are relevant to this report. Blank has expressed anti-LGBTQIA LMNOP comments about the woke media brainwashing people, anti-Asian comments, and the most frequently racist and anti-black comments. Some of these comments have been covert or microaggressions. Oh, so he didn't know he did them. Some have been dog whistles, and some have been overtly biased and inaccurate. 2 examples. When a black student was discussing course material and speaking about the importance of racial representation and inclusion in politics, Blank publicly interrupted her to state, I'm not going to vote for someone just because they're black. Oh. The interruption was forceful and striking. In response to reading that mentioned the murder of George Floyd as an instance of injustice, Blank defended this murder. Did he defend the murder? Really? Quote, on the contrary, though, George Floyd was not an innocent man. From what I remember, he robbed a young couple. He was resisting arrest, and his girlfriend confirmed that they were doing drugs earlier that day. This obviously was inaccurate and troubling. Whoa, wait a minute. Hi, Natasha. How you doing? What? No, it wasn't inaccurate. Now, the robbery part was wrong. He tried to pass a $20 fake 20. Was he resisting arrest? Well, look, you know me. I'm the third charge, legit. The other 2, yeah. So, I mean, Derek Chauvin should have been in the third charge, the negligent homicide. But the girlfriend did say they were doing drugs earlier that day. And he was resisting arrest, but that's no reason that he should be dead. Certainly not. Absolutely not. Okay. It's the officer's responsibility in every case to bring a suspect in to actually face the justice system and not die on the way to the justice system. But still, nothing was inaccurate about what this kid said other than robbed a young couple. That was a different incident. Anyway, He continues, finally, 3 separate times during these first 2 weeks of the semester, blank has advocated for gun violence as the way to address political issues. Did he? I'm going to guess he didn't. I'm gonna guess that this is an exaggeration. To be very clear, he is not making threats or, in fact, right here, he's not making threats or advocating for any specific use of gun violence. Well, then you said he advocated for using gun violence, but he's not advocating for any specific use of gun violence. But his immediate go-to when discussing law breaking or political conflict resolution has been almost word for word each time. If that happened, that's what the Second Amendment is for. Okay, I'm curious. Or if it happens to me, that's what the Second Amendment is for. If people are, it's not political. Okay, I don't know what he's meant there. In each instance, the Second Amendment was not pertinent to the course material or the course discussion, nor were we discussing forms of political resistance or civil disobedience. Blank's comments stood out from the rest of the discussion. They were off topic, forceful, and alarming. At this point, my primary concern for this student is that he seems to be having trouble adjusting to college life. Well, he seems to be having trouble obeying. And of being outside of his home support system. Blank is a first semester, first year, and he seems both very young and perhaps unaware of what his actions are signifying. My impression is that he is struggling with this transition. I think it would be a very good idea if ISU could check in on how Blank is doing and get some kind of a support system in place for him. Blank is not currently registered with whatever, but that might be a useful resource to point of contact to explore. So we want to maybe do like a once flew over the cuckoo's nest kind of deal with him, maybe have a little lobotomy, and then we can go make sure that we can indoctrinate him a little bit easier. He's not immediately kowtowing to the indoctrination that is college, and that is absolutely problematic. And Blank needs to be, go away with Nurse Ratched. That seems to be the issue here. Anyway, this is a whole report of this kind of stuff. And is it a surprise? I don't know. Probably not. And finally, I'm going to finish up with this one because I'm like, this story disgusts me. Right out there in Lily White, Idaho, this happened. Sean, Minnesota Patriot, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Wait, is this Sean the state representative, Sean? Answer me that, Sean. Are you Sean, representative dude? Who I need to talk to one of these days? So this disgusts me, and this is in Idaho. A middle school teacher is arrested and fired for allegedly making children fight and bribing kids not to tell the parents. Oh! Now, I don't like any of these cases where teachers are telling their kids who they're teaching to not tell the parents something, whether it be fighting, whether it be the trans closets or anything. I don't think that is the purview of teachers to hide things from parents. A substitute teacher at an Ohio middle school was arrested late last month after he allegedly encouraged children in his classroom to fight while he and other students filmed the altercations. Holy shit. Yeah, what's wrong with Fight Club? Don't ever talk about Fight Club. Edison Areola. I'm not going to do it. It's tempting, but I'm not. Edison Areola, 20. Was filling in for another teacher on January 26th when he allegedly encouraged 2 pairs of students to fight each other while he filmed. Video was shared on social media and brought to the attention of the Caldwell Police Department school resource officers. Detectives investigated and charged Areola. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. With 4 counts of injury to a child, 1 count of inciting a riot, and 4 counts of encouraging a minor to fight. Okay, this guy's definitely a boob. The investigation revealed that Areola set a time and encouraged students to fight while he filmed it. Mr. Areola's actions tear at the fabric of our community and are reprehensible. The video is appalling, disturbing, and unimaginable. This man was entrusted by his community to keep our children safe and provide academic education, but he chose to facilitate a fight club in the classroom. Caldwell Police Chief Rex Ingram said in a press release, "The students involved have not been named, but Brittany Gish told the Daily Wire that her daughter was one of the children who Areola allegedly encouraged to fight another classmate. Gish also said Areola stopped students from taking a test to ask them if there were any students in class who didn't like each other. He then allegedly offered to buy students McDonald's if they didn't tell anybody about the fights. So he is bribing them with some Mickey D's, and somebody ended up telling anyway. Gish said her daughter and another young girl were encouraged to fight. Oh, dude, if this wasn't a middle school thing, girl fights, oh man, I'd be playing that music. But no, not for this one. Hell no. It's every parent's nightmare to learn that the person they trusted to keep their child safe was the one who caused them harm, Gish told the Daily Wire in an email. The district has a responsibility to hire someone that my children was safe with, and they failed at that. Not only did she have to experience this bizarre, outrageous behavior from the teacher, but now she has to deal with the harassment and bullying from other students. Yeah, I bet if you're the one who forced a fight, you probably are getting bullied by other students, telling them how you're an idiot for even doing it, and especially if it went viral. Wow. FTG to that stupid teacher. I'm not going to go any farther than that. Anyway, all right, guys. You know what to do. You know what to do. It's every day. Hit the like, share the stream, and all that. Sponsor the show, PDogNight.live. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy Doss. Or excuse me, Javin and Smite House. Hig, thank you, Hig, for the sponsor the show. You are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. And don't forget tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Did I forget something? I know I forgot something. What the hell was I thinking? Hold on. Just a reminder. It's got to be here somewhere. Here we go. Just a reminder. Tomorrow.
My 1000th episode of the Morning Night Live, doing an all-day stream Friday.
I don't know why this keeps defaulting to quiet. Let's start this again.
Can I get a toast to my 1000th episode of the Morning Night Live, doing an all-day stream Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, to P-Dog Night. A toast to your 1000th episode. My friend, I had a great time being on your podcast the other day. A fellow Minnesotan, a true gentleman, and a fantastic podcaster with a great radio voice. Brother, keep working it, and I hope your 1000th episode goes swimming. Cheers.
All right, and thank you, Nick Ricada. All right. Oh, hold on. Stop that one. Hang on. Stop. There you go. All right. Real quick, super chat from Chicago Mike. Thank you, sir, for sponsoring the show. Dropping a link in the tip jar. Who said, I went to ISU. Oh, you went to Illinois State? I even met my wife there. It's been 30 years. You will be assimilated. Sounds very accurate. Yeah, they tried that shit with me at Drake, too. We're rivals, by the way. Did you know that? I went to Drake. You're one of those Redbird guys? Oh. But, you know how it goes. That's Jericho's line. So anyway, thank you again, Mike, for sponsor the show. And thanks everybody who joined us here on the Morning Night Live. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. And tomorrow's the big show. Oh, what big show do you say? This big show? Why does it keep doing that?
P-Dog Night.
Jesus, what the hell? Why does this keep doing that? It keeps going that damn... All right, here we go.
P-Dog Night. P-Dog Night, congratulations, your 1000th episode. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. You've been a hard grinder on YouTube. You've been an inspiration for all. You know what I mean? We're lucky. The community is lucky to have you. Shout out to P-Dog Night. Here's to 1,000 more.
It's February 10th. He will be hitting a 1000th episode. That's amazing. He has, the name of his show is The Morning Night Live. And he's consistent. Like every morning he right there. He got the takes. You know what I'm saying? He got the hot takes. I've been on the show a bunch of times. So yeah, shout out to P Dog Night and congratulations on February 10th. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel February 10th, celebrating his 1,000th episode. That's lit.
And thank you to my Hotep friends for shouting me out. But wait, there's more. If you not, by the way, share these on. If you want to, y'all can share these on Twitter. I'm gonna also be. I'll be popping up on. I'll be popping them up on YouTube and Rumble also. Last one. Here we go, and then we're out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hard bastard telling you to watch P-Dog
Again,
Night's
did it again.
1,000th episode. Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern on Rumble, on YouTube, wherever you want to watch. And check out his Twitter account as well, at P-Dog Night. And that's a hell of a thing. 1,000 episodes, that's a lot of episodes. He's doing great work out here, grinding. And absolutely fantastic to see him, and that is a major milestone. So definitely check it out. 1,000 episodes, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern on the P-Dog Night channel.
All right, there we go. Thank you, HB. Also appreciate you. Stop that music. There we go. Stop. There we go. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thanks for being here. Share this out. Seriously, I want to try to get 1,000 people here. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I got plenty of guests coming in. I don't know if they're going to bring people in or not. I have some friends, other people tweeting this out, but you can help me too. Tweet this out. Tweet these. If you see the links or see the videos coming up on YouTube today, share them. Let's see how many people we can get here, making the biggest show I've ever had. And thank you, all of you who supported this channel all this time. You guys are the reason I'm still here 1,000 shows later. So thanks. I got to go. My name's P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thanks for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.